been experiencing so much Skype technical difficulties. Like, I wish Yong would win, because if Lucky wins and then we start experiencing more Skype technical difficulties, like, I'm just gonna be okay. I'm like, okay, that's it. I'm done.
Yeah, that would be a bit too much, because we know for a fact that Yong has it set up finally now, because we had that interview pre-game, of course. We know it's good on his end. But maybe Lucky will be lucky, as he's been known to be, and Skype won't mess up for him. You know, it shouldn't even rely on luck. It shouldn't be lucky that Skype shouldn't mess up. Skype just shouldn't mess up, but unfortunately it's Skype.
Mess up. But then we also have a little bit of issues, you know, with like language barriers and stuff like that. Like,
yeah, it can be tough to sort these things out. So, you know, knock on wood, hopefully everything goes well. Guys, we're spawning on Entombed Valley for the 5th game in this Best of 7 series. Winner gets $100. It is tied 2-2. The loser of the last game, the Blue Protoss from Clarity Gaming, he is spawning in the bottom right, and he is Yong.
and his opponent is going to be the Zerg player from FXOpen eSports, currently tied at 2-2. We're gonna see what he's got in store here for Game 5. It is going to be Lucky. Hey, oh, Shane, I have a great idea.
Hit me.
If this goes to Game 7, I'm gonna go full bias and cheer for Yong, and you're gonna go full bias and cheer for Lucky. We're gonna cheer for the teams we don't work for.
All right, you know what? Actually, I think that'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I haven't done a full bias cast ever, I don't think, so it might be something a little bit rusty at, but I definitely know how to cheer.
We're gonna go like full bias, but we're not gonna cheer for the teams that we work for. I'm gonna cheer for Yong, and you're gonna cheer for Lucky. I say we do that. That's gonna be hilarious.
All right. We're gonna have to go against our instincts. It's gonna be tough. We might slip up a couple times, but all right. I think a Game 7 will be that epic that I think it's gonna deserve it.
I'm gonna say, oh, I'm sorry, you were talking.
I'm just gonna say, guys, in chat, we're gonna need that cheering too. We need to know who you're rooting for, who you want to win this series, because so far it's been amazing, tied up 2-2, and Game 7 is just going to be, it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, I'm gonna during Game 7, I'm gonna see like Lucky lose like 10 Broodlords instantly, right? And I'm gonna be like, yes, go Yong, but I'm gonna be like crying inside.
It's gonna be a challenge. It's gonna be like one of those caster challenges that Evil Guy does. You're gonna have to root for the player that you aren't, actually rooting for. It's gonna be cool. I like this. I like this a lot. Now I'm even hoping more for a Game 7.
Yeah, this is gonna make us so sad when when one of these players wins 2 games in a row. Because the score is 2-2 right now.
I hope we haven't jinxed it, man. That's something I didn't take into account. The mystical powers of the other world. We could have totally jinxed this.
Hey, my psychic powers. Let's not forget those.
Oh, that's true. Those are actually way more powerful. I think we're fine. I think we're gonna be good. Interestingly enough, here we're seeing Lucky taking a gas around the time of his 3rd hatch. So from what I've seen of Lucky and his Heart of the Swarm play, I watched his stream a little bit. He is probably going to get speed and then pull off the gas. At least that's what I see every time I see him get gas. Then he later transitions either into a quick Spire or quick Hydras. But I mean, lately we've been seeing these quick Hydras, so I'm thinking it's going to be those.
And right now, both players have just kind of opened up standard right now, and honestly, the Baneling bust and DT thing that I predicted, like, we could still see happening.
We absolutely could. We absolutely could see it.
But from what both players are doing right now, like, I'm starting to lose hope.
Yeah, he pulled all but one off of gas, which doesn't bode very well for a Baneling bust, and I guess most Baneling busts are done off of 2 base. And I don't want to lose hope, but it's starting to wane. But
it is definitely,
I know we're still going to see a good game.
Definitely starting to wane. Yeah, but you're absolutely right about that. 2 very talented players, and 2 players who, they have the desire to beat their opponent. So we're going to see some really great games. And we saw it in Young's interview. He said he's going to do his absolute best to put on a great performance. He wants to make sure he's not disappointed with himself tonight when this is all over.
Yeah, and I actually wanted to bring that up. I am so glad that we're tied up 2-2 right now. After Yong was like, man, Lucky is so good. If I take a game off of him, I think it would be awesome. And so far, it's tied 2-2. We know we're going to be seeing the best caliber from Yong and Lucky. So this is turning in a direction I think is just favorable for everybody. It's very awesome. Everybody's really happy. And man, that Game 7 is just going to be so much fun potentially. Oh, I want it. I want it really bad. So either of these players can win this game, so I'm completely okay with where we are.
You know, I'm curious. Seeing as how both players are just not really being aggressive right now, do you think we're in store for a really long game? Maybe like all the way to late game stage with like the highest tier unit compositions you can think of?
You know what? I am feeling that. I mean, we're seeing very macro-ish play from both these players, although we do have a lot of lings working to bust into the third here. Oh, the wall just barely gets up, but the rocks for Yong are not down, so it's going to be very hard for him to reinforce the space, but look at this pylon wall.
Yeah, but something very important thing to note here right now is there are no more cannons. So there's really nothing stopping. Oh, the lings get in!
Oh, right before the sentry's able to get warped, and now they're going to surround those sentries. He's going to force field to protect that stalker, and oh, amazingly gets a force field off to protect this sentry. You could not get a better force field than that. Oh my goodness.
That sentry is like, what is this? What, did Blizzard intend for this kind of thing to happen? Like,
oh man. So this sentry is possibly the luckiest sentry I've ever seen. Oh wait, is that going to change very quickly? No, sentry, you've had such a run. Unbelievable.
Oh
Hero
God.
Sentry. He's a mentor and he deserves it.
Yeah, he's rank is mentor.
Because he can teach you a thing or two about surviving against 10 speedlings, man. No sentry should be able to do that. Wow. Okay, so that took a turn I didn't really expect. A lot of lings there, and you know, we saw Lucky make a lot more because he had so much momentum. Ended up getting kept out. Ooh, these lings actually going to pick off these transferring probes. Another massive disadvantage of not having these rocks down. But now he's gone back into droning. He's up to 61 drones, and he's getting an infestation pit.
So it looks like since Yong did, he did block Lucky's aggression, and Lucky probably isn't planning any more aggression for the time being. He probably is going to try to get his economy stabilized and, take a fourth base before trying to do anything else. So I do think we're kind of done here with the action. We're probably going to see both players playing very passively from here on out for maybe about another 5 minutes.
Yeah, that seems the most likely. Oh, hold on. Okay, Yong is actually coming out with a lot of units. He's walling off his main. He's got, how many gateways here? 1, 2, 3. Oh, several gateways. It's not necessarily all in, but it's going to be really heavy gateway pressure. He knows how many lings Lucky threw away. He knows it's likely to recover from that. Lucky is droning. And, I think he's doing it just to spite you, man, because he's coming in here for an attack.
Yeah, oh man. Yong, why are you doing this to me?
Just wanted to make a quick note. Up at the 1 o'clock, we see a hidden base here from Lucky. But oh, look at all these spine crawlers coming up. A couple of them might pop in time, but he's definitely going to need them to defend this.
Oh man, the spine crawlers are not coming up in time. They need to pop up like right now. But I do like what Lucky's doing right now. He's killing the forward pylons.
Yeah, he's making sure this push can't be reinforced, at least not very quickly. The sentry's going to get surrounded by those lings. They're going to be burned through, but a beautiful spine crawler arc on the top for Lucky is going to push Yong away. He lost a lot of sentries there.
Think about this, is destructible rocks are not down, and third base is undefended. Completely vulnerable right now.
This is third base with only lings on the map. We have some mutas coming out now, but only 4. Oh, wow. Actually, we're going to see a GG.
Yeah.
Oh, those destructible rocks. Well, that game was completely throwing me for a loop the entire time.
The thing is, Lucky realized that he just did not have the army necessary to take down Yong to army, and once he lost that third base, like, even if he did somehow kill the army of Yong, like, Yong would be on 3 bases with 4th one coming in. He'd be far too behind. He couldn't play the catch-up game. And you know what? I like what he's deciding. What the decision he made. He's deciding that he's gonna take this to game number 6, save up his stamina, and not play a game that he knows